Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and today I have with me a diamond in the rough. His name is Jahcour Pearson. He's a wide receiver out of Ole Miss, formerly from Western Kentucky. So nice to meet you, buddy.
Nice to meet you.
So tell us a little bit about you and your, I don't know, just give me a little bit of you and your history, if you don't mind. Tell me maybe where you're from and how you ultimately got there to Ole Miss.
I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I went to high school at Flanagan High School in Pembroke Pines. We won states our senior year. My head coach was Devin Bush. That's actually how I ended up the Ole Miss later on. But yeah, so I played with a lot of guys that are in the league right now for my high school team. But I got recruited to Western Kentucky, and I spent 4 years there before I ended up transferring to Ole Miss last season.
Gotcha. And were you one of these guys that kind of took advantage of the whole COVID year transferring, or did you already have like an extra year?
Well, like I would say, like I took advantage of it because it was there to take advantage of it. My first thought was I wasn't really trying to take advantage of it, but then it just ended up like that because in 2020 I only played in 2 games due to personal reasons, so I had to use my COVID year.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, hey, man, you got to get out there. Obviously, get a little bit more tape so that people can watch you play. Um, so when we're looking at you, what type of receiver are you? Tell me a bit about yourself, if you don't mind. Where you're lining up, where you normally play, and how about your favorite route? So go ahead and kind of
Okay.
answer all that, if you don't mind.
Um, I feel like I'm a unique receiver, honestly, because many receivers like my stature, like are supposed to be like project in the slot, and that's what I played at Western Kentucky. I was an all conference slot receiver there, but then when I transferred to Ole Miss, I started on the outside. Like I rarely played slot, and the SEC is supposed to be the best level of competition, and I've shown that I could win on the outside in the SEC. So I feel like I have a unique skill set, especially for my size, because many receivers that are comparable to me are just strictly slot receivers. But I feel like I could do anything that a coach asked me to do, like slot receiver, outside receiver, running back. Honestly, I just feel like I'm a unique football player. But my favorite route, man, that's like hard. But all right, if I'm playing on the outside and if it's press coverage, I'll probably go with a slant just because like I like to shake people off quickly and then get the ball and run after the catch is one of my like things that I rely on the most in my game is like what I could do with the ball. And if I was in the slot, I'd probably go with like a corner route because usually they're playing like inside leverage in the slot and it's just like easy money to run a corner out.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I kind of see you, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, this is kind of how I would utilize you. Give you the ball in space, man. Give this guy, just a couple yards to, do a little wiggle, get by somebody, and just kind of speed down the field for, those yak yards that you were talking about there. So, have you done special teams as well? I mean, can you have you a little bit of that in your arsenal?
Yeah, I've honestly played every special teams position you could think of, from front line to kickoff to return man to gunner to punt block to the cornerback on punt return. I honestly didn't return as much as I would wanted to in college, but I did showcase that ability in the Tropical Bowl because I know that's something I can do, and that's something that I'm gonna have to do at the next level. And I honestly feel like I could do that at a high level. I just had to show it at the Tropical Bowl and stuff like that. But no, I played every single position on special teams.
Gotcha. So since you kind of mentioned it, let's talk about this Tropical Bowl, man. I mean, you were invited to go to that All-Star event, kind of closer to home for you. So, how was that week? How was that event for you? Is there any story from that event you want to share?
Well, yeah, so it was fun being like in Orlando, like playing with some of the top guys in college and just showcasing my abilities and stuff like that. I kind of use that event to like show my versatility. Like, so I know they have film at me at receiver, so I played receiver obviously there, but we had some injuries on our team at running back. So I made sure that I was going to do running back reps and stuff like that, putting more stuff on film that maybe teams haven't seen in me and just stuff that I know I could do. So I just wanted to show them that. So I did a lot of running back stuff there. And then, like I said, I did a punt return there as well. So they could just see that I'm very versatile.
Nice. So yeah, I mean, you did a little bit of everything out there. I'm assuming you also sat down and talked to some scouts with some interviews. So, how did those moments go for you?
Nah, it went well. Like, basically, like they're just saying, like in the one-on-one portion, no one could stay in front of me. So like that was fun. Like I honestly wish I was able to showcase my abilities at a bigger bowl game, but it is what it is. I'm gonna have pro day next week to turn some more heads.
Gotcha. So, I mean, we'll talk about that a little later. But the one thing I kind of want to get your take on, if you don't mind, uh, dude, you were playing with really one of the best quarterbacks in college football. And so, talk to me either about him or just about that offense, just kind of in general. As you came in as the outsider. That came in through the transfer portal. Talk about how you were utilized in that offense and just the explosive nature of that offense, if you don't mind.
Nah, so yeah, Matt definitely is the top quarterback in this draft, and this offense is fast paced. Coach
Mm.
Kiffin knows how to utilize his players. And so when I came in, obviously they just lost Elijah Moore the year before. So when I came in, at first I was utilizing the slot, and then Coach Kiffin this one time he just put me on the outside, and everything was flowing there from going from there. And then we had some injuries on the outside receivers too, so it just worked out. And then I just started playing outside. But the offense is high tempo, hit the defense in their weak points, move the ball fast because most defenses can't keep with the tempo. Like if you're tired, if they don't even know what play they're running, our play is gonna work. Like if they don't know what they're running, our play is definitely gonna work. Stuff like that.
Gotcha. So, whether it's a moment that you were able to have there at Ole Miss or even at Western Kentucky, what sticks out to you as perhaps like the most memorable moment, memorable game, best highlight of your career? Is there a play that sticks out or a game?
Yeah, it's this is hard because it's a couple, but I'm gonna just start with Western Kentucky. My junior year, we were playing UAB at home, and they're supposed to be like the number one team in the conference at that time. It was our coach's first year there. It was our first conference game, and we were coming off a 3-9 season the year before, and that was kind of like a statement win for us. And it was a statement game for me. It was like my first breakout game. Like I remember scoring like the go ahead touchdown. I had like 3 third down conversions in big time moments. And then I had like a quick screen. They threw me like a quick screen in the fourth quarter that I took for like 65 yards to seal the game. So like that was the first big moment I had. And then later on in the season, we played Arkansas, and our quarterback at Western Kentucky just transferred from Arkansas, Ty Story.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a big game for us because we beat them, and it was like the third Power 5 win Western Kentucky ever had. And it was his homecoming, going back to the team that he was at, and we beat them and it was my first 100-yard game, and it was against an SEC opponent. So that was another great moment that I had at Western Kentucky. But
Awesome.
to go to Ole Miss, I'd probably say this last year was when we played Auburn. They were all week they was telling us, oh, they have like a high projected corner, first round corner, Auburn, and stuff like that. And it was my first game. It was actually my first game playing, like starting on the outside. And I ended up having a career high game. Even though we lost, it's still something that I can hang my hat on, that after the game, knowing that the other guy across from me is supposed to be projected this and that, but I had my best game.
Well, yeah, I mean, so obviously you're talking about, I guess, their guy McCreary. So like, whenever people put on that tape, maybe watch him, they're gonna look at you, and then hopefully get see this one guy who's able to juke some guys out of their shoes. So love that about you. So um, I was just gonna kind of ask you. I mean, did you play any other sports growing up? Like, did you ever do anything else like in your high school days? Like, were you a track athlete, or did you do any basketball or anything like that?
So my freshman year, I ran track, and then I wanted to keep that going, but 7-on-7 got really big where I'm from. So I ended up actually giving up track because the track coach would always get mad when I tell him I have a 7-on-7 tournament the same day as a track meet, stuff like that. And our 7-on-7 team was at the time, we were the best team in the nation. We had guys like Jerry Judy, Benjamin Victor, Trayvon Mullen. Like we had the best team in the nation for sure. So I wanted to like stay in that competitive realm of football where I was like so much like I want to run track, but if I can't do both, then I'd rather play 7-on-7. So that kind of like led me away from track.
So part of my question to you is, do you feel like you could have, done a little better for yourself had you, done some more track? Like, would you do anything different? I guess is the main question.
Honestly,
how would you do it?
Honestly, if I could have did anything different, I definitely would have played some baseball growing up. My dad played baseball, and he was pretty good. That's like the main regret I have. Like track, I mean, I'm fast. I guess track would have got me faster, but I'm all right. I feel like the 7-on-7 helped me in football more than what track would have helped me in football. That
Well,
makes sense.
well, who knows, man? If you would have played some baseball, maybe you would have stolen a lot of bases. So that would have been fun to be able to say that. So, um, uh, just kind of looking at you and your journey. You've had a lot of great coaches, whether it be from high school, Western Kentucky, or there at Ole Miss. Is there maybe a lesson from one of those coaches that you had, a position coach, a head coach? One of those lessons that still sticks with you. All these coaches, that some of them have their isms, so I don't know if perhaps like you still keep one for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. The coach that recruited me to West Kentucky, Coach Ellis, Brian Ellis, he definitely helped me a lot when it comes into like learning the game, like from a coach's perspective, like watching film, like understanding coverages and stuff like that. He really helped me hone in on those things, like staying after to watch the film, like really seeing what the defense is in before we even snap the ball. Because once I understood that, it made everything what I did a lot easier. And I was seeing the play before the play even happened. He definitely helped me a lot with that.
Awesome. I do want to meet this guy, Jahcour Pearson, outside of sports, if you don't mind. So tell me something fun, interesting about yourself, hobbies, interests, passions, um, anything you want to talk about here for a few minutes. So tell me about yourself.
Um, well, I just love. Well, obviously I love football, but I just love fishing and I love playing poker.
Okay, so do you play poker competitively? Like, are you a Texas Hold'em kind of guy or no?
I mean, like I don't know, like we play like house games and stuff like that. It's just something that I really like to do, like on my side time, like just with the guys and stuff playing poker. Like in my head, I think I could be a professional poker player, but I don't know how to. I don't know if I could do all that though. But
All right. Well,
yeah,
you never know. So I mean, I was trying to think of some other questions to ask you. You got a favorite movie of all time? Is there something that kind of always say is like one of your favorites that you enjoy?
yeah. Ever since I was little and I get asked this question, there's only one movie that pops in my head. So I guess it's my favorite, Home Alone. I don't know. I feel like that's my favorite movie because I always felt like if I was at my house by myself when I was little, like I would be on doing those type of stuff. If someone was trying to break in, like making all them elaborate traps and stuff. Like I don't know. Home Alone always been my favorite movie.
Interesting. And I guess the next question would be like favorite go-to snack.
PB and J, Smuckers PB and J. Straight every time after we finish working out, I gotta grab like two of them. I love
And
them.
well, you can't go wrong with that stuff. I mean, obviously, PB and J is like, hey, everybody grew up with that. So, all right, well, so now we're in the time where we are transitioning towards your pro day. We're looking towards the draft and and what comes with that. So, talk to me about your pro day, when that is, and any expectations you have for that event.
Well, Pro Day is March 23rd. It's a week from today, actually, and I got high expectations for myself, and I know that my times and my testing will turn some scouts' heads. If I'm not on their boards now, I might be after Pro Day, and I can't wait to show my route running ability as well.
Nice. And very final question I have for you, Jahcour, is I want you to give all those scouts your pitch as to why they need to take a chance on you and bring you into their team, and what kind of teammate you'd be for their club. So go ahead and hit them with your pitch.
Well, I feel like I have a unique skill set, and I can almost play every position on the offense from slot to outside to running back. And I have extreme special teams versatility from gunner to the corner on punt return to blocking punts to returning kicks. And I feel like I'm a guy that like brings the whole locker room together, if that makes sense. Like I feel like me being in the locker room uplifts everybody, and it's like I have a good energy every day when I come out to practice, and I feel like I up the level of play of everyone around me.
Yeah, I mean, kind of what you were saying there, being the utility guy in some fashion. You're whatever a team needs. Like you said, if you're inside, outside a receiver, if you're taking some handoffs, whether it be on jet sweeps or like, stuff like that. I mean, definitely a guy who's willing to do that. So,
Or
um,
crack blocking the 250-pound linebacker when my best friend's getting the jet sweep coming this way, I'm gonna be the one to make the touchdown block. Like I said, really anything I have to do to win the game. Like I've never just been like a me guy or like stat guy. Like it's been games this season where I might have had two catches, but we turn on the film and I made 12 impact blocks and we won the game.
awesome.
And
Well,
like we
hey,
just came off the best season Ole Miss has had, and like that's all I care about is winning.
That's great. Well, I do wish you best of luck in this process. I mean, again, I mean, we got your pro day next week, so hopefully that goes well. And everything that you got going on, buddy, inside football and even in your personal life, do wish you best of luck with everything you got going on. All right.
Appreciate it.
Again, I got with me Jahcour Pearson. He's a wide receiver out of Ole Miss. Definitely check him out.